clues, profiles. So Jerry Spears, that was enough to account him innocent, which is funny. That's all. Likes to stare across the fairground because he has a clear view of Mandy. Jerry was one of the last people left at the fairground last night. He was cleaning the food court all evening. Jerry discovered Hugh's body whilst going through the fairground for a final clean. Jerry's the youngest member of the staff at the fairground, only 17. Okay. We only appear to have some sort of chili dish on special. Oh yeah, the bin. Alright, let's move some stuff around. Look at that. We got a pair of pliers. Found a pair of blue wire cutters. Oh, they're cutters. In the bin. Really? Yeah, I guess those are wire cutters. They're too sharp. And we have to go to the toilet. Here's an argument written on the wall about clowns. It seems to have been written by 2 different people. But probably, Ricky and Charles. But hey, look. We have a green marker, and there's green writing. There's a drawing depicting Hugh getting hit by lightning. It has been drawn in green pen. Oh yeah, it does say Hugh. I was like, how did you know that was Hugh? Man, everything's pretty gross in here. Yay, I'm in a toilet cubicle. My glamorous, high-profile detective life is going smoothly. Alright, so somebody wrote with that pen. Drawn in green pen. I think that's all. Let's move this way. And it's scary time. I think I've used up like all my voices. I don't know, I'm like, give him a goofy voice, maybe? Hey again here! This area is staff only area. Gosh darn it, that was a bad attempt at anything. I just sort of knocked and you opened the door for me. Do you not remember? Oh yeah, isn't he like really tired or really scatterbrained or something? So kind of works for him. Yes, I remember now. You're the local inspector. Come sort out this mess, right? I prefer detective, actually, and yes, that's right. My mistake. I had to believe detectives wore hats. That's all. I don't like this guy already. I'm Gary Coyles. I run this fairground. Probably not for much longer, the way things are going. A murder! It's my very own grounds. Can't imagine it must be difficult times, but that's where I come in, you see. Wondering how helpful this guy is really gonna be. Still, it's my job to try. Oh, I have everything in here. Would you mind explaining to me what you were doing yesterday evening? Yesterday? Why? Oh yes, the murder! I had quite forgotten. I remember myself being annoyed yesterday. Quite dehydrated, yes. I remember coming in shortly before lunch and putting the various costumes into the wardrobe, like usual. So Coyles brings in the costumes himself, and he arrives shortly before lunch. Anyway, it was quite hot out, you see. My office gets awfully stuffy in the sun, and I couldn't find any way to cool down. That's, well, all important, I suppose. When did you leave in the evening? I always stay later than everyone else and go over the fairground for a final check before I leave. Well, I normally do. I think I did last night. I don't see why I wouldn't. There was nothing special going on. Sounds like Coyles is unsure about when he left last night. Maybe there's a clue in here somewhere that can help me get the truth out of him? Have you been the manager at the fairground long? As long as I remember, to be honest. So, about 5 minutes, then. I take great pride in ensuring a safe environment for all my staff and all my public. Some of the staff have been arguing to get rid of Hugh for a while. Did you know he was nearly completely deaf? I did, actually. I was told that by Charles. He was trying to get rid of Hugh then. Well, neither Charles nor Pete particularly loved him. He caused more problems than he solved, that's for sure. Doesn't sound like Hugh was very popular around here. But Who was it that finally decided to get rid of him? Your office. I noticed your office was in a bit of a mess. Doesn't particularly surprise me, but there's no harm in asking, right? Yeah, well, I can assure you I keep this office perfectly tidy under normal circumstances. I haven't really had the time to clear up recently. So the mess is your fault. Well, who else would it be? There's one odd thing. My favorite green pen has gone missing from the pot on my desk. Oh yeah, because didn't you say yesterday, Jerry said he came in early before Gary came in and he saw Pete leaving the office, didn't he? So he took the pen, right? Because the pen's missing. He took the pen and that's why he wrote the message. He was the one who wrote the message on the toilet with the green pen because he stole it from Gary. Okay, that makes sense, right? Anyway. It probably got lost in the mess somewhere, but I noticed it disappeared from my room quite suddenly yesterday. After I came back from lunch, I think. So, was someone in here during the time Coils went to lunch? Oh, but it was during lunch. Maybe not, because didn't Jerry say he came in... Well, I think he said he came in around lunch, but it was before Gary came in. Gary comes in before... I think I have something going on there, but I just don't have the facts completely straight. There's a pen pot. There's no green pen in the set of pens. Pot looks like it has been knocked over. Water cooler. You told me you couldn't find a way to cool down yesterday. What about the water cooler over there? You're quite right, of course. The water cooler you refer was, in fact, broken when I came into work yesterday. Not knowing much about these things myself, I called Pete, our mechanic, to fix it. I think that was around lunchtime. I left him to get on with it as I went to lunch. And that's when he took the pen, right? You left him in here alone. Did he fix it? Come to think of it, he didn't. I really shouldn't press him on that. Really should press him on that. I didn't see him again that day, actually. He was in here alone while Coils went to lunch. And look, the wire's cut. I noticed that it was all cut. The wire providing power to the water cooler has been cut. I suppose Gary's kind of scatterbrained, so maybe he didn't notice that, but it's pretty obvious. And remember what we found? We found wire cutters. And Jerry said Pete threw them in the trash. And then, and then went into the toilet. So... when he came in, he took the pen, cut the wire, and then went into the toilet to draw the doodle. But why would he cut the wire? Because then Gary would call Pete in. And, why would he cut the wire? I feel like he would cut the wire because he'd want Gary to call him in, so he could take the pen, unless there's something else he wanted to get. But why wouldn't he just get that earlier when he came in to cut the wire? Unless there's something that was specifically there at lunchtime. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Wardrobe. There's a wardrobe here, which holds the costumes for use in the fairground. There's some missing... Oh, probably the inside of the funhouse. Her files. Yesterday evening, Coils called Pete to the office to fix the water cooler, which has been broken since that morning, then goes to lunch. That's not evening, that's afternoon, unless he had a very late lunch, and at that point I would call it dinner. Normally stays the latest and checks over everything before going home. Coils has misplaced a green pen from the pot in his office. Yeah, so far, Jerry's the only one proven innocent. Something else to talk about. Calendar. Calendar on the wall says get home early on last night's entry. Maybe I should ask Mr. Coils about that. Wait. Oh, okay, you click on the clue to ask them about it. It's like I said, I normally stay late and give the fairground a final check before I go home. This calendar is clearly reminding you to go home early last night. did you or did you not leave early last night? You know, a bit of both. Quills is definitely hiding something from me. Time to get the truth. You told me you normally give the fairgrounds final check before going home. I think something was luring you away from the fairground early last night. Would you mind telling me? I don't know. I've never been very good at timekeeping as far as I can remember. Ah! Tell me. Tell me the truth. I mean, nothing. Except maybe, well, spill it. Okay, I'll admit it. I rushed home early last night to watch the Star Explorer all-night marathon on Channel 18. I'm sorry. You what? It was wrong, I know. I just couldn't let my viewing opportunity let that pass me by. My fellow explorers would laugh at me. I suppose you've learned your lesson? This guy's a little weird, but he's not lying about this. Not for a second. That's not a solid enough alibi. It's because he says. I know you were like, oh, he's not lying, but... Oh, woo, I was really close to the microphone there. I probably shouldn't have been. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's not a solid enough alibi. You need someone, like... Let's just say he's got someone who lives at home with him. You have to ask them, was he there last night? But anyway, so normally says like, okay, went home early last night to watch a Star Explorer all-night marathon. Okay, so I think we're done with him. I don't think there's anything else. This is a pot with the missing pen. I need all primary and secondary colors, damn it. Oh. You're telling me it's not broken, it's been sabotaged? This is an outrage! Water coolers just aren't safe anymore. I'm glad I'm not a water cooler. I really haven't got a moment to spare to help you with that, sorry. Okay, yeah. Probably nothing, yeah. I don't think there's anything else I can ask him about. He's already proven innocent, so we're probably good on that. Do you have anything, well... Did you find that in the bin? If I'm not mistaken, that's the exact thing that Pete put in there yesterday morning. He came from the office, maybe... I'm like losing his voice. I'm doing Gary. He came from the office. Maybe he borrowed them from the boss. Or he cut the wire. What's the other thing in the drawing? Nope. Nope, nope. Nope. Maddie always brings those books into work. As soon as things quiet down, she's here. She gets them, or quiets down around here. Gosh darn it. I'm losing my voice for him. She gets them out and begins to read them furiously. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else here. Let's go that way. Oh, we can ask you about the cutters. Because if you notice, all his tools are blue. I don't think I've ever seen those before. They're a little dirty. Where on earth do you find them? In the bin, actually, by the food court. Well, I suppose that explains why they're dirty. Doesn't take a genius to see that Pete is avoiding the obvious here. Get the truth! Get the truth! These wire cutters, I'm quite convinced they come from your tool belt. What do you think? Well, they could have fallen off any tool belt. Tell me the truth. They are exactly the same as all the tools on your belt. There's even one empty space empty. Oh, well, I suppose you're right. They must have fallen off my belt when I was having lunch, and someone found them and put them in the bin. I'm not convinced at all. Still, seems like that's all he's going to say in the subject. Graffiti, put there by some untidy youth, no doubt. Honestly, Ricky and Charles are so immature sometimes. Why on earth did you show me that? Mr. Coils should really take greater care of his belongings. Why ain't you fix it? Yes, Mandy needs her books. You should ask her about them if you want to know about it. The whole affair really is a terrible shame. Tell me this red nose was found outside the scene of crime? Gosh! That is really bad news for Charles. I assume he has his reasons. Maybe you should show it to him. By the way, I just realized something. Did I not look at the wardrobe? I feel like I did, but... Oh, I did, but I guess there's no clue or whatever for it. I feel like... Usually when you click on something that has, like, a name up at the top, like Red Nose here. Anyway, argument with Charles. He told me he saw you and Charles arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. Can you explain yourself? I don't see what. I don't really argue much. Ricky's holding back. Should I push him? Get the truth! Get the truth! You're a suspect. You're seen arguing outside the scene of crime with Charles and other suspects. It's not an answer! I don't see. What? Blah! You better take off that mask. You're lying! I'm certain you don't get on with Charles at all. Hey man, no need to shout like that. Tell me the truth then. Right, well, I don't get on with Charles. We do argue. It's always the same. Kids make fun of him and so on. He gets annoyed, tries to take it out on me. Nothing other comes out of it. Nothing. Well, I suppose that clears up. I'm beginning to think that this argument was a red herring. Someone is trying to distract me. Oh, now he's innocent. I don't really see how, but Ricky doesn't get on with Charles. Argument outside the home mirrors. Home mirrors on the night of the murder. Remembers that the door amid a loud creak. So we have 3 innocent people and 3 suspects. Okay. Let's ask Mandy about her books. Oh, they're just when I get bored. You know, I can get pretty quiet around here. An awful lot of them. Are you sure they're just for light reading? Yeah, I mean, why else would I need them? I'm not sure about this, but I can't help thinking those books have something to do with what Mandy was doing last night. I mean, she said that working here is paying for college, so are they college textbooks? She could just be studying really hard. I mean, okay, get the truth. I don't know why she would hide it, though. Tell me what those books are all over your desk. What are you up to? Can't a girl have a hobby? I don't see why you're so worked up. Bwop! Okay, you win. I'll tell you what I'm up to, since you seem eager to know. I'm studying for my exams, and these are all my revision books. See? I need to bring them to the fairground because it's the only chance I get to go over them. Is that why you stayed late last night? That's right. I stay late most nights and use the time alone to get some work done. My exams are in 2 weeks, and I'm totally unprepared. That makes sense. Why did you keep it from me, though? I'm not sure. I suppose I was worried you think I'm weird bringing revision books to work like this. That's really normal. Don't worry. I don't think you're weird. Now, I'm the one who has been caught lying. Oh, wait. Either way, I'm pretty sure this clears Mandy's alibi. I think I can believe her about this. That's completely normal. I know plenty of college students who take their books and stuff to work so that they can work on homework or study on their free time. Sorry, same thing. Green marker. Pen was lying there when I got here this morning. It's not normally there. Is it important? Oh, I should have showed that to Gary, shouldn't I? Whatever. Forget it. Charles. Argument with Ricky. I gotta do Nubhat. I'm just gonna call him Nubhat. Pete Nubhead told me that he saw you and Ricky arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. Sounds like a serious matter. Would you mind telling me what it's all about? Ugh, Ricky and I are always arguing. It's no big deal, really. He's just the argumentative type. You're better off grilling him about this. Maybe I should ask Ricky about this. I did. Whatever. Oh yeah, we gotta go through the small openings. Let's do that. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, cool. We're in. It's a tight squeeze, but I got through. I hope there's something worthwhile in here. It's possible to see the Hall of Mirrors window through here. I can see that the light is on, so he probably was in here, went in there. Light is on. You know, gotta go turn it off. File binder. Oh. The victim's to-do list. It's been It's been added to... It's been added to with a green pen. Huh, what did it say? Victim's to-do list. It's been added to with a green pen in different handwriting. Next to the third point, fixed funhouse, the green text says, yeah, right. Oh. That's kind of a jerky thing. It's bloody. Whoa. This has to be the murder weapon. And what's this? A brightly colored rag? Tied around the glass shard? 2 clues at once. 2 different clues. Hey! Hey! You know what? This looks an awful lot like your pants! Wait, you have to click on this. It's a piece of cloth ripped from your clown costume, that's what. Why do you have it? It was found wrapped around the murder weapon, I'm afraid. Looks like your luck has just run out. Wait, I can explain. I get my costume from the wardrobe in the boss's office. He brings in the costume when he comes into work and places them in the wardrobe. I arrived at the fairground just after lunch. I went in to get my costume and found that it had a hole in it. Besides, look at this rag. It's really not like me to damage my own clothes. It's covered in some black stuff. I suppose it would be pretty stupid to wrap the murder weapon in your own clothes. Why don't you go talk to the boss, Mr. Coils? He's normally in his office, just over the corner in the fairground office.
Something went wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
Why? Was that on the recording? My Google Home just spoke to me. I don't remember saying anything along the lines of, maybe in the recording I'll figure out what it was. It's a murder weapon? Looks pretty sharp. Could even hold that without hurting yourself. Oh, maybe that's what the rag, why it was tied around so you could grab the rag, you know? And I think it's probably like, oh, because this was maybe wiped up with this. Maybe they're trying to clean up the oil. At least on the inside. Okay, so... yeah, he said talk to Gary. I know I could probably just use the map to jump there, but oh well. Yeah. That rag looks like it comes from Charles' costume. It's got a nasty black smear on it. It's not like Charles at all. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that's why I needed to know where the wardrobe was. I'm still missing one clue. Oh, here's your pen, by the way. Hey, that's my pen. It went missing last night. Should be with the others on the desk. Hold on, it's nearly run out. Someone has been using it. Maybe it's something in here? What am I missing? Let's... Wait, did we not clear her yet? I thought... Show up Jerry Spears, a clear call, please. President Burks for... It said it cleared her alibi. Right? So why is she not marked as innocent? Is it just gonna say... Yeah, he's not gonna be like, oh, I think... It's not mine. No, it belongs to Ringer. Okay. That's the murder weapon? It comes from the smashed mirror, right? You? It's a murder weapon? Hope this place doesn't become a haunting ground now. Now that there's been a murder. Here, Huey. She's called the victim Huey. It must be imagining things. Wait! I'm sorry, I just thought it... This is probably a complete coincidence, but... Is it the game... The Haunting Grounds? That has the dog named Huey in it? I think so. Future TK, double check that for me. Let me know if I'm right. It was probably a coincidence. But I will say the main character of that, I'm pretty sure has short blonde hair, styled very similarly to Mandy. So I could probably is a coincidence, but I'm just saying. Okay, what else do I need to do? She's proven innocent, though, right? I asked her about the books. I'm still missing. I got a clue. It's kind of funny what I said, don't you think? Am I allowed to say no? Okay. Wait a second. Mechanic. He's a mechanic. Do you know anything about, like, the oil? Oil must have dripped off the roof. I'm pretty sure it's been there for quite a while. That's a lie. That's a lie! Because Ricky said it was just there. Honestly, some people just don't know how to keep their shoes clean. But it was the idiot Charles Ringer. You really like pointing fingers at him, don't you? It's nothing to do with me, young man. I don't even know what it is. He looked away from me when he said that. Well, that's a weapon, all right. Looks very difficult to hold. If the person was wearing gloves. Well, I suppose. And I suppose they'd be able to hold it. Like your gloves. Like your gloves. What am I missing? There's one more, and I'm missing it. I mean, I'm... There's a green pen scribbled around in the back here. I wonder if that's the same thing. Anyway, I feel like... The thing is, I remember from playing it who's the guilty party. But, so I know who to blame, but at the same time, I want to make sure I like 100% it. You found the murder weapon! Yikes! Does it help us out though? Wait, what did he say? Someone drew that on the bathroom walls. That's a pretty stupid move, if you ask me. A nasty shade of green, too. How did I show him? Did I take a picture? I must have. Yeah, I'll admit it to that one. Ricky and I are always arguing about petty stuff like that. Childish, I know, but hey, this is a fun fair, right? What about Mandy? Is there anything else for her? Oh, thank you! Those belong to Uncle Peter. I know because I bought him the complete set for his birthday last year. Why were Pete's wire cutters in the bin? What was he using them for? Okay, that's really nothing news. Oh, the nose. I don't know what that is, I'm afraid. I'm not so sure about that. The red nose was found outside the crime scene. There's only one guy here with a red nose, and it's not Rudolph, if you catch my drift. Okay, so it's a red nose, but I've got no idea how it got there, honestly. Almost certain Charles is holding back, but why? But outside the scene of the crime. Could you tell me? You're getting on my nerves, you know? Blah! Alright, I'll tell you why it was lying on the ground if you really must know. Success! It didn't fall off my face. In fact, it was pulled off yesterday by some of the kids that came to the fairground. They were making fun of me, and I was just trying to keep my cool. Are you happy now? It's not the sort of thing you'd happily make up. I think I can believe Charles on this one. So now he's cleared. So everyone's cleared but Pete and Mandy, but I could have sworn that it said that her alibi was clear. What if I show the books again? Oh, wait, so let's just do it again. Oh okay. But this clears up Mandy's alibi. I think I can believe her. But she's still suspect. Man, and where's this last clue? Maybe it's this last clue that I need to finish it up. Get... whoa. Let's go check out... Maybe the food court? Can I talk to... What about you? I guess that's what happened to the rest of the smashed mirror. It's part of Charles' costume. And it's covered in oil. It's really odd. Charles is one of the cleanest people I know. You should go show him, maybe. Yeah, no, he said to talk to Gary, and Gary was just like, oh, that's not like him. Anything else in here, maybe? No, I don't think so. What about... He was always writing to-do lists, and then never to doing them. What's the side note? Looks like it was written with my favorite green pen. I really haven't gotten the atmosphere of that. Oh, poop. No, I want to go back in there. Did I show him this? Found the murder weapon. Yikes! Books. Nope. It's one of Finger's noses. I keep loads of them spare in the cupboard. He's always losing them. I have no idea why. No. I wonder if I can talk to Pete again, because I was informed that these are, in fact, yours. No, it's the same. Is there anything new? No? Oh, yeah. I did that. What about this? Oh, I did that. Did I do this? Oh, yeah, because the gloves. Good old Hugh. Trying to be organized. I don't think he's ever completed any of his lists, you know. Ah. Oh no, I already did that. What about this mirror? I mean, this window. Big space. Oh! There's a considerable big space behind the table. Looks like there's no one there at the moment. I'm missing something in there. I knew it. Oh, glass shards. There's some shards of glass on the floor. There don't seem to be very many. There's no blood on the shards either. Okay, well... let's ask our two suspect characters about it. No. Nope. What about you? All that glass. Someone should sweep it up before it does any damage. You know, there's not all that much glass, considering the size of the crack in the mirror. What? Sorry, I have gone into a daze for a moment. Because there's this. Yeah, no, I already did that. Don't you think there should be a few more shards in that? Where's the rest of the mirror? Yeah, I know where the rest of the mirror is. I have it. I already got it. Ah! Why can't I... Because it said her... And it, like, look, it's all filled out. So I don't know what else... The oil was there when I discovered Hugh last night, but it hasn't been noticed. I hadn't noticed it before then. Probably would have cleaned it up if I had. There's an oil smear when I went into discovered Hugh last night. Oil smear. Yep, it looks like someone hastily tried to clean up the oil spillage. It hasn't really worked. With this? Yeah. Am I missing something here? His job was to look after the funhouse in the center of the fairground. He wasn't very good at it. He didn't get on with Charles or the clown. It was completely deaf with old age. Oh, that green handwriting isn't Hugh's handwriting. It looks familiar though. I wonder where Mandy has seen that other handwriting before. Oh. I did everything. I checked the walkthrough and I've done everything right. But for whatever reason, Mandy is still set as suspect even though I cleared her. I am so confused. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm okay. I'm okay. I spoke to your uncle, Peter Nubhat. You could have told me that the mechanic was your uncle. Did I not mention that? I don't really think anything of it, I guess. Uncle Pete's a good guy. He works hard. Sometimes a little too hard, I think. Now she's innocent. He's guilty. He's guilty. Okay, we're good. We could go. We could do this. Hey, looks like you got your suspect. You ready to give your final conclusion? Let's do it. Who was the murderer? That's you, Grimoire. You're not admitting to murder, are you? Okay, so don't even think about it. Where are you? Pete. Obviously, this bloody glass shard. Cough. Any other funny comments? I hope not. I really don't think so. These soft toys. First thing Pete did was to cut the wire. The first thing Pete did was to cut the wire for Coil's water cooler. He left his wire cutters in the bin outside. His first mistake. Why did Pete cut the wire from the water cooler? Because he and his boss had to something to cut. Maybe called in to fix it. Got it. Coils then arrives, bringing with him the costume for the day. He notices that the water cooler is broken and then calls Pete in to fix it during lunch. Oh, okay, because the costumes weren't there. That makes more sense. Peter goes to the office, takes a green pen from the desk, and rips a section off Charles's costume. Eventually uses the pen to draw a picture. Pete drew a picture with the green marker. Where? In the toilet cubicle. Got it. By this time, Charles has arrived. He goes into the office and takes his ripped clown costume from the cupboard. Later, Pete visits the hall mirrors to smash the mirror. He takes the largest shard that falls and wraps it up in Charles's rag. Why did he wrap the glass shard with a glass shard in the torn rag so he wouldn't lose it? Someone had his hands to frame. He wears gloves though, but I think this is the he wouldn't hurt his hands is the answer, but also kind of to frame. Nope. Nope. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was right. I should have gone with my instinct because he wears gloves. Okay, to frame Charles. Got it. Okay, before leaving, he leaves on the main light and then hides in the empty game stall where he accidentally leaves behind his green marker. He sees the hall mirrors light through the window in his office. As he goes in to turn the light off, the door lets out a large squeak. So did the oil end up outside hall mirrors? There's his wine. Oiled the door before going in. Yep, so it wouldn't squeak. Pete follows, but as to not attract any unwanted attention, he hastily opens the door to silence it before entering, causing a spillage by the door. He has been distracted by the broken mirror, but he cannot see behind him for the mirror is cracked down the side that would normally reflect the door. Where did the black smears on the whole dry blood? Always been there. Pete left it there on purpose. Wiped up more oil to create the smears. Pete stabs here in the back with this glass shard. On his way out, he notices he has spilt more oil on the floor he hastily wipes up with Charles's rag. Before making the exit, Pete hides the murder weapon, along with the oily rag behind a frame in Hugh's very own office. He wanted to frame. He hated having to fix the funhouse. He wanted Mandy to run the funhouse. All of the above. Aw, yeah. Oh, look how cute! Look at him dance. It's so cute. Look how adorable they all are. Aw, I ship it. I'm gonna look at all the names, but I know Ego Raptor comes back for the more full-fledged game that's on Steam. You'll see that. Yay! So that was Detective Grimoire, and I will totally be back to play the full game that's on Steam. I forget the full name. I think that's Swamp in it. Future TK, slap that on the screen for me, please! Anyway. But thank you so much for joining me. Oh gosh, that was an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to cut out a decent amount where I was just completely confused. But, yeah, so it'll probably be about 2 parts. Anyway, sorry. But, on that note, remember to shine your light in every world. Bye!